civilians. When you're brought to Iraq or Iran or somewhere to be on tour and fight in a war, you're not there as a civilian.
Yeah, you FaceTiming your girl like you in the middle. It's bullets flying. Yeah, you taking selfies and shit. No,
right. That's why in the law, if you were newly married, you couldn't go to war because you would be worried about your woman.
Worried about your wife.
So the law gave provision for a man, to have his time with his woman, newlywed. Because even David talked about when he went to the temple to get that bread. He said, basically, the only way you can eat this bread is if you or your man ain't been with women. And David was like, man, you think I'm finna approach the temple? If we'd have been in, anyway, we at war. Right. I wouldn't have, my man wouldn't have been with, women, boxers, they take weeks off.
They take months sometimes too.
All right, we're building up to a fight. Because it's a certain softness to, being around women too long, it kind of gets you
brings
soft.
vulnerabilities, man.
Right.
Lose the edge.
Right. You'd be like, shit.
You do lose your edge, yeah.
So the law, a man who's newlywed like that, you'd be like, nah, you don't go to war yet. Because we know where your mind gonna be.
Once you get tired of it,
you get tired of it.
You're in that honeymoon phase, yo.
You know what? I'd rather go to war. Shit.
Yo, once that novelty wear off, then you ready then.
Right. It's all spiritual, man. So we're in this spiritual war. The scriptures tell us, man, we got to be as though we had not wives. Now we do what we got to do. Don't get it twisted. So the Lord got the spirit on certain brothers. They like Paul and Yahushua. They don't deal with women. But everybody don't have that gift. So some brothers, you need a little touch of, then you have a child. Then so you're going to have to deal. You're a man. You're going to have to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's more on your plate, and you still got to deal with it.
Right, but you were warned.
Yeah.
So ultimately you got to do, but you still got to keep the main thing the main thing.
That's it. That's all.
Because at the end of the day, this sacrifice is going to have our families for generations on down the line good. See? Just forever. Forever and ever and ever. Yahushua's sacrifice and the sacrifice of the elect is the welfare of the world.
Yep.
But it starts with the elect, all right? Ultimately, this sacrifice, what we're doing, is going to lead to the kingdom of heaven, all right, being spoken into existence on earth, man. And that's what we want. A righteous, sovereign government.
That's what I'm saying. We want it because it was promised to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we just made this up.
Right.
No. The Lord said, my sons are going to want what I want.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He said, soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. And athletes cannot win the prize unless they follow the rules. So we, like the elder saying, we still got to strive lawfully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what you put that jab out and the nigga kicked you in your leg? Shit, you back up and don't get kicked in the leg again. But you keep that jab out there. You know what I'm saying? We're in a constant state of adjustments.
Looking at Matthew. This is Matthew 24. I'll read verse 11 again. Verse 10. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Right. It's going to start being people who blaming us for their life being ruined. Y'all didn't have no pension plan for me. I followed you, nigga. Y'all got lost my job. You know what I'm saying? Watch. It's going to be all of that type of stuff.
Man, y'all gonna get all the shot.
Right.
But then check it also, that's why the Lord said detach from this world, even your family. But Esau will put pressure on your family and turn your ass in, man. It's in Luke. The Luke speak about that. Right. This ain't no game.
That's why you got to keep your circle small, man. Don't open up to every damn body. You go around people at the job talking your whole mind. No, you got to be like a serpent in this world, in righteousness, man. You got to know when to strike. A serpent ain't just gonna run up on something and know can stump his ass, and he just a serpent strikes. It's very wise and cunning in how it does it. The serpents ain't just walking around hissing at motherfuckers. Because I ain't got no arms. So it gotta be wise. You know what I'm saying? It's very wise, and the serpents are very wise in how they strike.
Patient.
I was saying, even when you think about the bigger animals like bears and all that, a bear will stalk you. be quiet until it's time for him to get up on you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna mess his food up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a bear. No. He finna track your ass for however long he need to track you until you get caught slipping.
And if you find a bear that's by like rivers, they ain't gonna really bother you because they got a food source.
You know what I'm saying?
If a bear got food, he ain't gonna fuck with no human. Now don't go test the shit out.
Right.
Yeah, but seriously,
What the elder
no,
said.
for real. If you buy a black bear, I'll say a black bear.
Yeah.
If you buy a black bear, if you see a black bear and they got food, they don't want. You know, now a polar bear will eat your ass. That's the most violent
Eat your
bear.
ass and eat your ass.
He just gonna see you and be like, I want to try that out.
Man, wonder what this nigga tastes
But a
like.
black bear, as long as it's by food, they got, there's no way it can get a fish, it ain't gonna attack you.
White bears,
it'll
man.
even eat your food
White
in
bears.
front of you and walk off.
They don't stop.
Their primary thing ain't to eat no human being.
Right.
You know?
Until they eat you.
Anyway, that was just a little,
Little National Geo.
National Geo.
Yeah,
you know?
I ain't
Go
testing
ahead.
that theory.
This is back in Matthew chapter
Hey, but it's
24.
gonna come to pass that the Lord is gonna have the animals good.
That's right.
They're gonna be in league with us.
Yep, Joe.
So we gotta prepare now. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 11 now. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Man, and that's happening already. And it's only gonna get worse because people are gonna start looking for flesh-based solutions. They ain't gonna wanna hear the spiritual matter. They ain't gonna wanna hear the prophecy, so they're gonna lean towards those who get the itching ears.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, faith ain't gonna be enough. All right, telling Jay you gotta believe, trust in the Lord, that ain't gonna be enough. And we had a guy that came out to the camp. He was like, man, all right, so what we gonna do? All right, what are y'all doing? We should get bunkers and this and that and the third. The next one is he thinking about all these carnal solutions. It's like, look, we're gonna have faith. And it's like, yeah, I hear you, but what we gonna do carnally?
Right.
It's like that ain't enough for Jake. And that's why it's a beautiful thing to have the gift of faith, man.
Right.
You know?
And this place is it's been so safe and secure. Ain't no bunkers here. In Russia and certain places in the East, they got bunkers for civilians. Ain't no bunkers in America. If a missile was heading here right now, you
done.
gonna do?
Yep, you done.
But so the best thing is faith.